The motor runs good, so I did a compression. There's the compression readings. Like 130, 135, they're pretty darn close. It's running really rich. Really rich. She's running hot, real hot. This is my makeshift engine stand. And there's the other plugs. They're nice and black and sooty. That's decision time. Let's give it a start. Got all the stuff done here. And helps to turn the gas on. So a little more is off the rear. The rear trailing arms are jammed. They're jammed a little. I don't know. I'll figure it out. And I've got this on the cherry picker. It's ready to come out. And I'm leaning towards the 425 stroker kit, and would love to keep the original heads. I mean, I'll keep them. Whether I use them or not is the question. All the parts for this numbers matching car will all be stored, and it'll be available. But all the new suspensions come in the coils, the tubular A-arms, front big disc brake kit, rear disc brake kit with the rear disc emergency brake, which is really a cool setup. All new trailing arms, all new springs, top of the line, everything. This rear end, I'll probably just put it back in and see. I'll have it all cleaned, beautiful. Go from there. But the tranny, I've got a great guy. I'm going to have the tranny redone. We're at the body shop. That's the front clip. Got a fender and a front core support. The core support's bent right here. Bent real good. So found a couple of used core support. and inner fender well. This is also going to get sandblasted along with the drive line that's in there. You can barely see it, but it's in there. And then in here we've got it apart, and this is the blue. That's the, they call it a teal turquoise, but that's the blue. And we're getting all of the old bodywork off, and we're going to be putting new quarters on it. It's just too rough. And inside, a little rusty there, huh? We're going to do new floor pan or sides. And then a new center panel, and figure all the rest of it out. There's our body man, and this one's really bad. It's been brazed and filled and pulled and yanked and messed with. But these power windows are interesting because they're GM, and they even put in the little plastic water covers, and all of the wiring is GM. It's all factory, but the car didn't come with it from the factory, so it's probably a dealer installed option. It's just got too much original type stuff. Or the body man Tom told me they might have taken it out of a Tempest that was in the junkyard, but they would have had to take all the factory wiring out, install it, and that would have been quite a job. I leaning towards the dealer installed. And here are the gauges again, and I just don't think they're in the right positions. The position of these gauges don't show this tachometer in this location. It's usually over here. So I'm not sure, and I've probably got to keep this Pontiac wheel. Need a headliner, but it's coming along. All the stuff's coming out. And again, the body man's a little lazy today. This is a beautiful teal turquoise, and we're finding the code for that. There's a bit more done on the suspension. It's kind of difficult to get those springs out. I use a spring compressor, and there we are. The whole front is now off, and the rear end's out. I had to cut that arm. There's just no way that bolt's coming out. I'm going to cut the bolt, but I had a time crunch. Got to get the parts to the rear end guy, and all the tranny engine, everything had to come out. So it was a hustle here. And then the Hotchkiss stuff came in. There's the trailing arm braces, and over there are the double adjustable trailing arms, and also another nice big box of stuff, the springs. Beautiful. And then the shocks, these are really cool looking Fox shocks. I'd love to have the double adjustables, but you know what? You just gotta draw the line somewhere. And there's the 1701 bolts and the tie rod sleeves. So it's just keeps moving along.